As an artist, do you struggle with certain color combinations or techniques? I do. Purple is one of my favorite colors, but I have to admit I've really struggled with it as a base color. It took me several tries to get a base purple that I really liked. I love this color combination. In fact, I really loved this whole painting. Until I didn't. Hi, I'm Becca. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the steps I took to achieve a beautiful autumn-inspired purple Dutch pour painting. I'm going to be really vulnerable with you in today's video. This painting went really well at the beginning and horribly wrong at the end. It's easy to see so many amazing fluid artists on YouTube and wonder why you can't get the same results they're getting. But, as Theodore Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. I'd like to encourage you to remember that you're on your own journey, on your own timeline. Some days you'll win, and some days you'll learn. Just remember to find joy in the process. Before we get any further into the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. When I said that I was going to be vulnerable with you, I'm going to tell you all the things that went wrong with this painting, starting from the very beginning. First of all, it took me at least 3 or 4 tries to get this purple mix right. I made some disgusting brown colors several times. And what I ended up doing was starting with that bright purple that is on the sides there, and then I added in some yellow and some orange a little bit at a time, because I learned the hard way that with purple, it can go from a beautiful shade of muted fall kind of like purple color to brown in an instant. Here I'm picking up the canvas and tilting it around just to get my base layer nice and even. The second mistake I made here is I moved the paint around with a palette knife instead of with my blow dryer. It's not necessarily a mistake. I just do better blowing my base around with a blow dryer because I tend to get too much paint or too little paint when I use a spatula. The first color that I'm laying down here is a custom color. It is primarily Amsterdam titanium white, and I added in just a tiny bit of brown. All that brown that I ended up making when I was trying to mix the purple came in handy because I added it to my other colors just to mute them down and to bring this whole color palette together. The next color is a really bright turquoise that I added some brown to and made it a little bit earthier, a little bit toned down. And I'm really glad that I added this color because I think that it added so much. Just wait, you'll see. Here I've got copper because I really want to get back to adding in my hot dog layer. I miss the way the coppers and the golds mix together. And here I have mixed Amsterdam copper with Olga's Group 2 recipe. The gold is also an Amsterdam gold and it is mixed with Olga's Group 2 recipe. I want to get lots of flow and little to no cells in this painting, so I'm using all Group 2 colors. If you haven't taken Olga's course yet, there is a link in my description and you can get 10% off using promo code Becca. In the corners here, I'm adding a little bit of extra color out on the edges. I have found that adding this little bit on the edges helps me to extend the edge of the blow where it goes off the canvas and make it a little bit wider. I really enjoy the look of that. Now for the part we've all been waiting for, the blowout. Sit back, relax, enjoy the process, but stay till the end so I can show you the other things that went wrong with this painting. Now here I've got this nose sticking out that doesn't flow for me like the rest of the painting. I've got so much base paint on here, I'm just kind of using it to push that back into place. And I'm sorry my hand is in the way here, you can't see exactly what I'm doing, but I kind of just used the base paint to push that back into place, and then I ran my finger down and gave it a little bit of a swipe. I still think it's sticking out too much, so I'm going to come in here with a paper towel and try to soak up a little bit of that extra paint and see if I can dab out the nose section so that I can get a flow that just kind of goes with the rest of it. It doesn't stick out so far. About 24 hours later, I came into my studio only to discover that the paint had poured off the edge of the canvas, messing up my composition. I hate it when this happens. I'm sure, well, maybe you haven't had it happen, but if you have, you understand the heartache. The center part of that painting, I think it had too much base paint, like I said before, and slid off the side, and those beautiful feathery looking things got all elongated. I know, you're probably going to say, oh, it still looks great, it's fine, but in my mind, it's not what it was supposed to be, and I know that I made a mistake by not putting my canvas on a perfectly level place to dry and leaving too much base paint on there, and sometimes it happens to the best of us. The other thing that happened is I got some type of little belly button looking thing. I think what happened is that the purple paint that I initially mixed up was a little bit thicker than what I'm used to using, and I don't think I fully mixed it into the pouring medium. And when I poured out the base, there was like a tiny little piece of that original paint that was not thinned out with the rest of the paint in the pouring medium, and then when it dried, it created that little crater in the painting. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more content like this, and I will see you for the next one.